Hello, and welcome to Winds of Change. So, yeah, this game. Um, I don't know what to say. So, I guess we're just gonna do this, and I'm gonna pretend that I don't know anything, even though I do. So, yeah, this is one of those games. Alright, let's go start. Enjoy your adventure and choose wisely. Alright, in the world of Alestia, where the spirits reign supreme. Hmm. It looks really nice. I like the forest. I'm not a
The
nature person.
rebellion is in shambles. With the recent loss of their leader, they are struggling. But this defeat was not without a victory of its own. For in his final moments, he secured an artifact of great importance. This blade was paramount to the Triumvirate's leadership of Alestia. And without it, their tyrannical grip on the people would surely falter. Having no choice, they give their Grand Inquisitor one simple order. Destroy the rebellion and retrieve the lost blade of the Triumvirate. But Dormek, the new leader of the rebels, has set other plans in motion. Hiding the blade in Valinor, he is confident that it will be protected. This sheltered hamlet is now custodian to the weapon that would liberate the world. And so, it would be met with a gruesome fate by the Triumvirate and their Grand Inquisitor.
Nice. And the village is burning. Oh no. Whatever shall we do? The winds of change. And I guess that's the blade right here. It's very nice and cheapy looking. Looks like a pen. Alright. It's gonna be fun. I guess, I got some glimpses of the story. But, if you knew me, I would be forgetting a lot of info. Because I do that sometimes. Everything is burning. I can do little to stop it from spreading. An immense pain assaults my head, and I throw my face into my hands. The same question repeatedly plays in my mind. What am I doing here? I have no knowledge of what happened up until this point. My brain is struggling to fill in the blanks, not gaining any headway. It was almost like, until this exact moment, I never existed. Then why is it now that cognition has found me? Was there something I could do to put out these flames? Who knows? Then why is it now that cognition has found me? Was there something I could do to put out these flames? Wait, what? Oh, I hate it when they do this. Seriously. Or perhaps was I the cause of this inferno to begin with? Ugh, man. This isn't really friendly for me. A foolish thought, and one I throw away. If I was responsible, then I wouldn't feel this sense of dread. An emotion shared by those who stand beside me.
Come on, pick up the pace. If we waste any more time, we won't make it out alive. There's no way the Elder Rebellion will put one down.
Ah, okay. I feel like she's escorting me, and I should follow her. Could it be that she's been tasked with my protection? I grasp at the straws that are the memories in my mind. I'm only able to latch onto one. It's the title that I go by.
Are you even paying attention?
This choice will determine your gender. I am a girl. So,
What? I know who you are, Cirrus.
yeah, I am a
Did
Cirrus.
you hit
How
your
did
head
you
or
know?
something?
Maybe. She scoffs as she turns the other way. But I know she's right. I'm not taking this seriously. But it feels like a dream, and I doubt that it's all happening. A few moments later, a sudden sensation startles me. There's a firm grip on my shoulder. We aren't alone. Underneath the veil of fright, I turn to greet the second stranger.
Valessa has our safety in mind, okay? Forgive her hot-headedness for me. Freedom isn't too much farther.
I don't even know what's happening. I'm just joking. I know what's happening. But yeah. I don't know what's happening. I'm a Cirrus.
We need to stay calm and think this through. Two girls like you, I'm sure you can come up with something. We'll be safe and sound before you know it.
Yeah. We weave through the houses and alleys to remain unseen. Doing our best to be completely silent, we bring no attention to ourselves. The flames encourage our urgency, but we're careful not to be fast or reckless. Our silence makes everything else more prominent, however. The screams of those being slaughtered filled me with a feeling of disgust. We need to find cover, and Valessa points out a small alcove waiting nearby.
Look, they're dying because they panicked. We need to stay calm and think through this together. If we freak out, we'll only end up with them.
Yeah. You're right.
She has a point. Our first instinct was to run, but so was theirs. We should let them face the brunt of this attack.
What? Well, I chose this before, so I'm gonna choose this again. There has to be another way to do this. I'm neutral, even though I'm, what was that? Good idea. Blah, 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 blah.
I agree, Ulrich. We can't sacrifice everyone to buy time.
Yeah, okay.
I think the people of Valinor deserve far better.
Yeah, I guess so.
Would you rather perish with them, Valessa? That's what'll happen if you go running out there. We're not equipped to handle this on our own.
I guess so.
You have to remember what I'm doing here. It's my job to protect the both of you. Everyone else is expendable.
My suspicions are correct. Ulrich is the one protecting us. But why exactly are we a higher priority than the civilians? I venture a guess that we're currently in this Valinor. Whoops. Valathorn. Where did I hear that from? The pain in my head pulses again, and I stumble back. As I let out a groan, Ulrich rushes over to my side. His exaggerated concern is now understandable.
It must be the smoke. Make sure to sit down. The lower you are right now, the better. Are you having trouble breathing?
I'm fine. I mean, I'm sick. I shake my head and let him know that it's not the smoke. This causes Valessa to chime in, voicing her concerns as well.
Yeah, something else is going on. She's been acting strange for a while.
I know, right? I am acting strange. I wonder why.
Is there something you need to tell us?
I don't know what's going on right now.
Join the club. It's not like we anticipated this. Come on, time to gear you up.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that. I said the other one before. Can I go back? I would like to go back. History. Damn it. Fine. He steps away for a few moments and inspects the ground around him. There's a brief period where I can't see him, but he returns with a blade. The fire causes it to glisten, almost like it's begging me to take it.
I don't care what's going on in the head of yours, but it's not more important than your survival. We're all overwhelmed. It's not just you.
Dude, whatever, shut up. He holds out the blade, expecting my compliance. At this rate, it seems like fighting may be inevitable.
Take it. We won't be standing here forever. As soon as we leave this alcove, we'll be vulnerable.
Anyway.
I can't take care of you all the time, you know.
Yeah, okay. I could fight.
Now that's what I like to hear. I'll feel better if you have something to fight with. Alessa has her daggers, but you have nothing.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. How do you know? I bet I have a sword in my house or something. I don't know. I grab the blade and swing it a couple of times, testing its weight. It seems good enough for me, and I wouldn't have any problems using it. Though it was a far cry from the massive blade that Ulrich carried.
Now then, it's time to move. It seems like some of the noise has finally died down. We should start by investigating the town square.
Okay. He walks off, expecting us to follow along. But as I'm about to take a step, Valessa grabs my arm. The look on her face tells me something is wrong.
You're confused about all this, right? I bet you don't even know what being a Cirrus means. Or how we've known each other our entire lives.
I look at the ground in both shame and confusion. She's completely right. My head is a mess. As I try to think of an excuse, her response surprises me.
That's normal, but please listen. We only have a few moments before Ulrich notices we're not there. The Seeress is special. You wield spirits to induce prophetic visions.
Okay.
When you have these visions, you're unable to remember anything. When you wake up, you'll dismiss it as a dream and forget it ever happened. As your scribe, it's my job to help you take advantage of this.
I'm just saying okay and as if I don't know this already. Yeah. Thank you. You are definitely my scribe.
We have to follow Ulrich now, but know one thing. The way you're acting, I'm certain this is a vision. That means you can use it for information.
Okay. She takes a few steps closer to me and grabs my hands. Staring right in my eyes, I notice a glimmer of hope shining within her.
I'm relieved. This means Velen is still fine. When you wake up, use this vision to save everyone. It's your duty as Seeress to ensure this doesn't become normal.
Alright. She lets go of my hands and follows after Ulrich. Though it's hard to believe what she said, I'm less confused. I finally had a reason for why I'm so disconnected. But if this was a vision, then what would become of Ulrich and Valessa? Would all of this carnage be undone as soon as I wake up? What if they died? Or what if I died in this vision? I follow after Valessa, realizing I might never know. But a faint sense of determination rises up within me. If there was a chance I could stop this, I had to do it. Yeah. I am filled with determination. Alright, let's go. In the present day, God damn it, I hate this. I don't even... They do this. I don't know how to pronounce this properly. I'll give it a try. The triumvirate. Triumvirate. Maybe. Conspires with their Grand Inquisitor. For the events that led to Valenorth's destruction had yet to be seen in motion. Sovi knelt before his masters, more eager to serve than he had ever been before.
Rise, Sophie. Please, assure us of your certainty. We hate to act without knowing everything.
The prisoner mentions Valenorth over and over. The rebels are hiding something of importance there. Along with recent events, we can only surmise one thing.
The Blade of Exodus.
I am almost certain. But if that's where they've chosen to hide it, it means that our other target is also there.
Your compliance pleases us, Sophie. Your plan was risky, but it worked out in the end. The final interrogation will influence our decision further.
You'd have me interrogate the prisoner once more, if I may be so bold. To what end do you request this?
Not you, Sophie. We want your apprentice to do this. It is time for him to prove his worth.
Their voices echoed loudly through their darkened chambers. It mattered not which triumvir spoke? Oh, God damn it, why do you guys have the hardest names to pronounce? Triumvir spoke, for they were all of one mind. With a clear irritation in his voice, Sophie did his best to stay calm.
My apprentice? I've told you many times I want to work alone. It would be more efficient for me to do this myself.
Okay.
Insubordination. This is unbecoming of you, Sophie. We demand that you obey. The role of Grand
as you command.
Alright. Sylvie turned his back to the trim and spotted his apprentice. He was standing by the door, listening to their conversation. If he'd heard of Sophie's distaste for him, he showed no concern.
Interrogation? And what would you have me extract? I thought the prisoner was at his wit's end.
I have to say, all the characters look like the goodest boys. I can't help but say that.
Anything to confirm our suspicions.
Except for the cow, I guess. Is that a cow?
I will not hesitate to punish you. Remember what we're on the verge of.
I'm sorry for talking over you. I still think you're a cow, maybe. Or a goat. Either one.
I understand, Master. I'll do my best to get you what you need. What are the limits when it comes to my approach?
Keep him alive, Helen. I find that psychological pain is the most valid approach. He cares more for his rebel allies than he does for himself.
Then I will threaten the rebellion's very core. I'm grateful to have this opportunity, Master. Things are starting to line up well for me.
They tend to do that when you have the Triumvirate's blessing. We should take care of this immediately and catch them unprepared. Every moment we waste is a moment they gain, Helen.
They leave the room together, talking amongst themselves. I can't even say that. Waits until they're gone before speaking. A faint smile on their faces as age-old plans come to fruition. Age-old. Very old.
So it's finally going to happen, isn't it? What we've been waiting for all these years. Do you think we should tell Sophie our true plan?
Of course. Halen entered the prison cell without Sophie at his side. His master remained outside as a pseudo-display of trust, but it was evident to Halen that no trust existed. The prisoner looked up, surprised to see a different face. Yet within him was still a slowly dwindling hope. Cut off from the rebellion, these would be his final days.
So, someone different has finally come. What are you, the executioner or something? I figured it was only a matter of time.
Actually, Sophie said to keep you alive. You seem to underestimate your value, Shane.
You think I'm important? That's not what I expected to hear.
Obviously he's, lying to your face. Or something.
Don't take it the wrong way. You must not know what I meant.
He knelt down in front of the prisoner. With a sinister smirk, he tried to intimidate Shane.
You're important as a bargaining chip. And the fact I must keep you alive is a curse. When I'm through with you, you'll beg for death. You see, I'm different from Sophie. He's past the bar. They no longer need to test him. But I'm in the position where results must happen. When we give you back, you'll be a broken man. And soon after, the foundation of the rebellion will crumble. You think we don't know that Damek is your leader?
What?
Shane's eyes shot wide open in utter shock. It seems that Halen's threats worked to great effect.
You'd be stupid not to think we have inside men. I could order Damnek's execution in a matter of seconds. You don't value your life, but you value his. Good. Now, I expect you to answer my questions. The Blade of Exodus, is it in Valinor Village? And the one who can wield it, do they live there as well?
Uh-oh. The plot thickens. Interesting. By the time we catch up with Ulrich, it's already too late. His large blade is on deadlock with one of the enemy soldiers. Valessa draws her daggers and I hold out my sword ready.
We order you to cease your resistance. Those who support the rebellion must perish.
To break the deadlock, Ulrich kicks his opponent in the gut. They stumble back and ready their blade with a flourish. It isn't much longer until they charge toward him again.
Valessa, your dagger!
Ulrich jumps out of the way and rolls toward us. Landing on his knees, he pries one of the daggers from her grip. Without even looking, he throws it behind himself. He closes his eyes and looks down at the ground. When he hears the impact of the dagger, his ears fold back. For a moment, it looks like he's actually sad. Is he? I guess so.
Spirits, please forgive my misdeeds. I acted only to protect those under my watch.
Oh, he's praying. Ulrich cares about the spirits? For some reason, I didn't expect that. But before I can think about this further, something happens. Catching Valessa and I off guard, we're in complete disbelief.
Huh?
We mean, huh? He notices the shocked expression. the shocked expression on our faces. Rising to his feet, it's not long before he wears the same look. The enemy soldier fell, as expected, but there was nothing inside. Scattered pieces of armor like the ground. I mean, litter the ground. Goddamn. As we process its revelation, confusion soon assails us. This was no ordinary attack. What we just saw was impossible.
What's going on? Oh, wait, what are those things?
Yeah, what are those things? Tell us.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't?
Closer, you two. This doesn't feel right. Empty suits of armor with a hatred for the rebellion.
I don't know.
Only those who've mastered the spirits could do this. I'm afraid this is much larger than we thought.
That can't be true. The spirits are pure. They aid us.
Yeah, sure looks like they wanted to help. It's not my only concern. Look at this.
She scoffs as she steps toward the helmet. Kneeling down, she pulls her dagger out of it.
Do you recognize these colors, Ulrich?
No, why would I?
Well, then why? The triumvirate standard. I would have never made such a deduction, but only they could wield the spirits in this fashion.
Why would they do such a thing?
That's what I'd like to know. They're supposed to be our protectors. Some people even think they created a Lusty.
Did they? Now that's a thing to know. I guess I'm tempted to just pick, answers I haven't chosen the last time. But yeah.
Wouldn't be the first time they attempted occupation. They hinted that the rebellion was involved here. Valessa, do you know anything about that?
I don't. So much has changed lately. With our last elder gone, Nihilus has been in charge. Maybe he has something to tell us.
Maybe.
It's worth a shot. We should see if he's alive. Protecting you is my goal, but now I want answers. If anyone knows about this, it would be him.
Yeah.
Do the elders know something?
Yeah.
I follow after Valessa and Ulrich. We walk along the circular road surrounding the water tank. I make note of it for later. It might help put out the flames. More suits of armor litter the ground. There's so many of them. It makes me feel a bit hopeful, like we stood a chance. The village wasn't defenseless, and this was proof.
Aren't you glad we waited now? If we rushed in head first, we'd be dead.
And where are the villagers' bodies? I only see the suits of armor lying around.
That was a good question, actually. No blood, no signs of a major struggle. Only the fire and the glistening of the white armor.
That's a good sign. Then they won and fled to safety. Are there any havens in Valinor?
I'd say the Elder's house and the Grand Trail. Firing out of each evil.
Wait. How many people can fit in the Grand Tree?
Hundreds, easily.
Not as good of a sign as I thought. The enemy could be trying to round everyone up. Put them all in one place before killing them.
That may be true.
That's dirty.
But it works. We still don't know what they're after. It can't be genocide. It must be something else.
Oh, I totally know what they're after. But, you know, I'm way ahead of the story for this, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Does Valinor have anything the Triumvirate would want? Did the change in leadership bring anything with it?
Like I said, we'd have to talk to Miles. But I doubt he'd be at the Grand Trail.
They look at each other, and then look at me. I could tell that Valessa was pushing us toward Miles, but that's because she knew this was a vision.
But what if there are people in the Grand Tree? Is Miles more important than all of them? It would be cold to let everyone die.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? She's like changing her ways.
Lord, this is larger than Valinor. Especially if it involves the rebellion. Information could save entire villages.
Yeah.
I don't like what you're suggesting.
What are you talking about?
Like it's any better than what you suggested? Using the people as pawns to buy us time? How is this any different?
Yeah, I don't even know. They fume at each other but realize it's a stupid argument. In the midst of this battle, nothing was so black and white. Though I find it odd that Ulrich switched viewpoints so fast. I know, right? That's strange.
This is a matter of Valinor's future. Such things are under the jurisdiction of the Cirrus. I stand by her side, and you stand by both of ours. That is, unless you want to abandon your job. But that wouldn't look good on a perfect record.
I guess you can fight dirty too. I don't like this, but you have me by the throat. I can only hope that you make the right choice.
He stares at me with a serious look on his face. Talk about putting me on the spot. But if this was my role, I had to fill the shoes.
What are we going to do?
Let's just go there. I vowed to stop this attack, and I needed information. If anybody could give us that information, it would be Miles. He'd be able to shed light on the rebellion's involvement too.
Good. On the same page. We can use that information to help others. It would be selfish to focus only on Valinor.
Yeah, right?
I hope you two are certain about this. You're gambling with hundreds of lives.
Yeah. Ulrich. I almost call him Ulfric. Isn't that like from Skyrim or something? I don't remember. Ulrich didn't understand this like we did. And we weren't about to waste time lecturing him. I was grateful that his job required following us. We continued in the same direction, heading to Miles's house. It didn't feel good to abandon others, but we had to do it. This was real. I'd used the future to cheat the present. Yeah. This is interesting. The plot thickens. In the present day, Damek found himself lost in thought. Using the tunnels under Mazeo for solitude, he found peace. There was much to plan, but for once they had the upper hand.
Valinor, the Blade of Exodus. There must be something the spirits aren't telling us. Something we could use to take down the Triumvirate. When I touched the blade, I saw our victory, but I'm not trained to interpret such things. I pray for the cooperation of Valinor.
One of his advisors approaches careful. What? One of his advisors approaches, careful not to startle him. When he realizes he's detected, he lets out a soft yawn.
Another one of those sleepless nights, Damex? I can't blame you. It's been the same with me. Did I hear you say something about Valinor?
Yeah, I was thinking out loud. In Valinor, there's a person who can peer into the future. That's why I had Pro bring the blade there last week.
I'm aware of their culture, but their seers use spirits, not a blade. You think it will be that easy?
Worth the gamble, isn't it? It's not my place to wield knowledge of the future. But the seers are experts, conditioned from birth. Pro has sent word that the current seer is female. His investigation is progressing slower than I'd like. We need to pick up the pace, and fast.
Okay.
Now that they have the blade, they're a target. The Triumvirate is likely planning their attack as we speak. That's why I've decided to send an experienced fighter.
I guess that's me.
I've had the mayor of Mazio write up a decree. It will allow you entry and the ability to complete what Pro started. On paper, and to everyone else, it's a simple export. Only Milas knows the importance of this blade. All you have to do is deliver it from Valinor back to me. That is, with the Seeress at your side, Ulrich.
You seem to think that will be easy. It's not likely they know the truth of Valinor. I can bring the Seeress, but they'll just decline.
Present yourself as a mercenary, not a rebel. Tell them a meeting of importance is happening in Mazio. We want their ability to help with some important decisions.
Dishonesty. Great way to start a partnership.
It worked for us, don't you remember? Look at how invaluable you've become.
Ulrich laughed and turned to look at the dark depths of the tunnels. At the moment, everything ahead seemed bleak and uncertain. Having an ally cast light on that future would be a tremendous boon.
So this is it, isn't it? With the Seeress at our side, they can direct us. We can secure the victory that you witnessed.
Oh man, I'm yawning. Well, because I just went through this part already.
There's a reason why I'm sending you instead of asking Pro.
And what's that?
You may not be strong enough to face what's coming. It's not just a hunch that Valinor will be attacked. In our victory, I saw its death and destruction.
I see.
So I ask that you protect the Seeress and her allies at all costs. And when you come across Pro, have him join you as well. I'll make sure to prepare an exquisite welcoming party.
I'll leave first thing in the morning. What did you see exactly?
Nothing you can't fight your way out of, but trust me, it will show them the truth. And when you get back, they'll be ready to fight. But promise me one thing, and one thing only. That along the way the Seeress touches the blade. If she can wield it, then we have our greatest weapon.
I actually didn't really see this info. Yeah, maybe I might be. That's cool. That would be cool. I'd be like the double chosen one or something. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Honestly. We enter Milas's house and immediately spread out. After a few moments, it's evident that nobody is here. Ulrich sighs, but Vilessa isn't ready to give up.
I don't know what you expected. You think the Elder would just stay here? I assume he's at the Grand Tree as well.
No, there has to be something here. It's not him, but his books as well. He must have some kind of record.
Record of what exactly?
Ulrich, the Triumvirate is burning down Valinor. They seem to think we're caught up with the rebels. Thinking the Elder is clueless? That's stupid.
She walks over to the large window and looks outside. We're all relieved that the flames haven't reached us yet. Looking through some papers, she whispers to herself.
Come on, Miles, give us something. We're smarter than this. I know it. Shipping manifests. Anything.
With a renewed determination, Ulrich examines the large table. He shuffles papers aside and flips through the books. It's almost like he's in a rush to find something first.
None of this is helping, Valessa. It's everything you'd expect to find.
There has to be something here. Come on, Cirrus. Give us a hand.
Alright. And then, yeah, this. It's interesting. Good info. And then note that some maps have multiple areas. Clicking these arrows, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's, useful. Oh yeah, I need to save. It's been a while. And I know, yeah, this is my previous save, but you know what? I'm just gonna leave it there just because. Anyway, yeah. It's fun. And, yeah. It is optional, but highly recommended that you talk to your comrades. And, yeah, I should do that. I'm gonna pretty much cut this part because it takes so long. Like, forever. Alright. So, I walked over to the bookshelf and see what I can find. It seems to be full of books about the spirit realm and Valinor. Somehow, I don't think either of these subjects will help. Eventually, I come across a book about the rebellion. I doubt it's what we need, but I decide to take a look. As I open it up, a piece of paper falls out.
Miles' note.
This is
Recently,
going to be
the Rebel
very long.
Alliance has reached out to me. At first, I pushed them away, thinking them little more than a rogue group of bandits. But they said they knew the truth about my father. How could they know? In my situation, it was hard to resist temptation. I had to ask them exactly what they knew. The truth shocked me, and I have yet to tell anybody. I might take it to my grave. It's not the truth I expected, but it did shake me to my core. My father was in the middle of an important task. As his son, I felt that it was my duty to help finish it. I have no hatred for the Triumvirate. This is simply a matter of familial ties. Were anybody posed with such a situation, I doubt their actions would differ from mine. It doesn't seem too difficult either. They've given me a blade and tasked me with protecting it. In the next little while, they will send an envoy to pick it up. At that point, I am to send someone special with them. I must keep their name secret so nobody finds out. This envoy, however, will be coming any day. I can't wait to meet him. I've been told that he knew my father. He would have all manner of stories to tell.
Wow, that's interesting. I did catch some of it. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyway. Yes, continue the story. This is it. This is what we needed. I call over Ulrich and Valessa, showing them what I found. Ulrich seems tensed up, and even a little anxious.
So Miles was working with them. Apparently, sheltering rain. That why they attacked us?
Doing all this for a blade? Let's be realistic, Valessa.
It must have been very important. I'm assuming Miles took it with him. Unless there were blades. But about this envoy and this supposed special person. Ulrich, why did you lie to us?
It's true. Anybody would have figured it out by now. I know, right? Yeah. He seems to admit defeat and closes his eyes. Almost like he didn't want to see us as he spoke.
We didn't think you'd come if you knew. I tried to hide it, but I guess there's no point in it. After seeing this attack, I need to request your help. This is far from the first village they'll raise. They're up to something much bigger. That's why you wanted to come here, right?
Yeah. A little time to argue and more asked about. Looks like you got what you needed, Mark. head back to the Grand Tree. It might still be time.
We all nod, acknowledging an unspoken truth. Ulrich didn't care about those in the Grand Tree. He only knew that coming here would blow his cover. But I know that this information would be a huge advantage. But I know that this information would... God damn it, I always have to read it like that. We had a probable cause for their attack and knew Milas' secret. We head back to the town square instilled with hope. The flames have spread, but it's not too bad. I need to make sure I don't inhale too much smoke. As we take slow, cautious steps, my mind is conflicted. There's one thing I can't seem to get off my mind. This blade, or whatever. Was it worth all this? Destroying an entire culture over something so simple.
Sorry, I can't see all that well. You two will have to lead the way. I'm not as familiar with the surroundings.
We crouch and make our way through Valenorth. I have a rising urge to cough, but I try and... Rising. But I try and hold it back. We wouldn't want to make it this far and get caught. The water tank is cracking and leaking its contents. A small stream trickles down through the village. This would be our best tool to hinder the flames.
This isn't... not at all. Where is everyone? There's not a single body.
Like I said, they could be at the Grand Tree. It's isolated and far away from here. I'm willing to bet the flames won't reach it.
It doesn't make any sense. Think about it for a second. In that alcove, we heard screams. The people of Eleanor dying. Not only burning, getting attacked. There should be bodies all over the place.
She was right, and it bothered me as well. The current scene didn't match what we heard. Was it possible for visions to warp this way?
What are you
way?
suggesting?
God damn it.
Do you think they stole the bodies?
If they did, there'd be blood. There's nothing, not even a trace. It doesn't make any sense, Ulrich.
I'd say you're right, for argument's sake. Why is it more important than going to the Grand Tree? Talking about it only seems to be wasting time.
There might not be anybody at the Grand Tree. I don't think we know where we're up against. We should cut our losses and run, Ulrich.
You need to make up your mind, Valessa. Running back and forth will get us all killed. Are we going to the Grand Tree or not?
It's true, she was changing her mind far too fast. At the moment, she seems to value our survival. Could she be starting to doubt that this is a vision? All I had to go on was her word. I only believed her because it made sense at the time. How could I gather information if we leave Valenorth?
If you want to leave, we're going to Peregrine. It'll be the first place for survivors to flee. If Milas is there, he can tell us all about this attack.
It's a good enough plan of action, and we nod to one another. But as we continue to move, everything changes. A laugh from atop the water tank, almost maniacal.
Such loyalty to the man who condemned you all. If you want to know where Milas is, I'd love to show you. I can even reunite you with the rest of the villagers.
We stop in our tracks and look up at the water tank. The silhouette of a man stands there, gripping a large blade. It's white and gold with majesty embellished by the flames. It reminds me of the suits of armor we fought earlier. I have no doubt that there was some sort of relation. We must be looking at the man responsible for this. He jumps down from the water tank and lands with a roll. I take a few steps back, ensuring that Ulrich remains in the front. If his job was our protection, Now is the time to shine through.
What a pitiful little village. It's no fun when they don't put up a fight. Did you know what they did in their final moments? They called out to you, Cirrus. They wanted your help, and you let them down. I guess the stories I heard about you were wrong.
I don't know why I want to laugh. Oh, man, dude. You are so full of yourself.
So you already have the blade. Let us leave. We can resolve this peacefully.
No survivors. Don't you remember the rule? Like a garden, we have to pluck all the weeds.
Is that all these people are to you? Sophie, they have a culture, history.
Yes, but it's not theirs that I'm interested in. In fact, I'm only here to claim the Cirrus' soul. Everything else was just for fun, for sport.
This becomes personal as they seem to know each other. They both worked for opposing forces. I'm sure they've fought before. It sickens me that he likens killing the villagers to a sport.
You don't mean...
My orders had nothing to do with burning down this village. I wasn't supposed to kill anyone unless I had to either. But you know, my apprentice isn't very fun to train with.
Wow. That's so despicable, dude.
Disgusting. Alessa, take the Cirrus and run. I'll catch up with you at Peregrino.
Ulrich pulls out his blade and assumes a fighting stance. Sylvie does the same, and their eyes meet in deadlock. I look at Valessa and we nod before starting to run. Unfortunately, we don't make it very far. We hear Ulrich scream and turn back to look. Sylvie smirks at us, his blade deep in Ulrich's abdomen.
Where do you think you're going, you two? It would be rude to leave before I'm done with you. Watch, and you'll see why you can never win.
With a grin on his face, he twists the blade inside Ulrich. Defying all possibility, the gear on the base starts to turn. Really? Wait, what? Okay. Okay. I'm very confused about that one. The gear. It starts to spin, not turn. What am I doing? Soon after, everything is engulfed in a blinding white light.
Please, run.
Okay. We hear Ulrich's final words as the light subsides. When everything is back to normal, he's completely gone. No blood, no body. Just Sophie standing there with pride.
What? What did you do?
I put his spirit to good use. Like I planned to do with your little friend.
He points behind us and we turn to look. The scattered pieces of armor on the ground start to move. They assemble, forming bodies that move in a slow, stiff fashion. But after a few moments, the movements become more natural. It isn't much longer until an army of automatons block our path. There was nowhere to go. Sophie blocked the other side.
You're using my spirits to power that armor. Does that mean we've been fighting our own?
Yeah, we have. Isn't that awful? That was terrible. Oh no. Okay, I need to stop.
Now you finally understand. The force of life itself bends to the triumvirate. There's no way that you could hope to stop us.
He takes slow steps toward me, holding out his blade. I finally understood why it was so important to the triumvirate. Yes, I did it. I think I said it. They could command an army of spirits simply by possessing it. Triumvirate.
As soon as I harvest the
Triumvirate.
Cirrus' soul, I'll leave.
Triumvirate?
If you
God
behave,
damn it, I forgot
I
again.
might let you go. Visit the rebels. Tell them what's coming.
Oh. This is it. If he attacked me, the vision would end. I was armed with all the information I needed to counter this attack. The true purpose, the major players, and even the nature of the blade. He was so certain of his victory, he had no idea. I took a step forward, embracing what was to come. When this future came for Velanorth, we would be ready. He thrusts the blade inside of me with little effort. The pain is so intense, but I'm overcome with hope. As my vision fades, I find the strength to say one final thing. It's over, Sylvie. You've already lost. Yeah, you're dead. Dude. And yeah. Yeah, we're finally at the end of this chapter. Well, not really the end of the chapter, but I guess I'm gonna stop here now. Yeah. Alright, thanks for watching if you went this far. And yeah, thank you again. Goodbye.